Welcome back. So you're asking the question, why is it good to have a positive mindset? That tells me a couple of things about you. Number one, you probably already know that it's good, but you just want a little bit more evidence. Number two, maybe this is a struggle for you. Maybe you are trying your best to stay in that place of positivity, but you find yourself sinking back into old thought patterns and they're keeping you from the business success that you know you can have.
Using old-fashioned business methods. We'll see about that.
Now, there are a lot of business coaches out there that will tell you that mindset is the only thing you've got to master, and then every other success will follow. But business coaches talk a lot of so what the do I think about that? Let's find out. This is actually one of my pet peeves. It makes my skin crawl to listen to coaches claim to be business coaches and then spout off this mindset is the only thing that you need and everything else will follow. And it's pretty personal for me because I'm going to be real with you here. When I was a new entrepreneur, I was struggling. Like I was a broke, struggling, bad, unsuccessful entrepreneur. And all of my coaches and my mentors were saying this same thing. If you just get mindset down, if you just get mindset down, if you just get mindset down, if you could just get into that space of positive mindset, it's all going to come together. Well, it didn't for me. And for many, many years, I struggled to make money. And I was working hard and I was trying with my mindset, but I didn't have all the pieces of the success puzzle together. Mindset truly enhances everything that you do, but mindset alone isn't, like, if you don't have activity or you don't have the skill set to go with it, it's not really going to produce a lot for you. So in this video, I'm going to first cover why positive mindset is so important and why negative mindset can actually destroy your business. And at the end, we'll even talk a little bit about some of the physical and mental benefits. Like, this is going to go far beyond just your business. So stick with me.
In that case, let's get to work.
Yeah. First thing I want you to understand is that negative mindset is going to limit the possibilities that you can see. When you're in negative mindset, you tend to kind of obsess over a small amount of potential outcomes, and they're all outcomes that you don't actually want to have happen. And as you're obsessing and thinking just a lot about those few negative outcomes that could happen, you're missing the fact that there are literally hundreds of other possibilities that could happen. When you're able to shift into positive mindset, then you see more of those opportunities. And I am convinced that a big part of being a successful business owner is just being able to spot the right opportunities and have the courage to go after them. So you really need to be in that positive space if you're going to see the great things that are there for you. Number two is brain training. You are literally training your brain about what it should focus on and what is relevant. When you're in negative mindset, you're going to train your brain to focus on finding evidence for all the problems. And then your brain will go to work and tell it exactly what you've asked it to do, and it will fill your mind with all of the problems, all of the reasons why it won't work, all of the doubts, all of the fears. If you're in positive mindset, you're training your brain to find evidence for all of the possibility, all of the good things, all of the stuff that's working, all of the, right connections or right people that can take you to that next level in your business. And all of a sudden you will find that it gets a lot easier to be able to take that next great step. So I was recently on a call with my authors group. They're at different levels in our writing career. There were some on there that were very successful. There were some on there that were struggling. And I am telling you, as I was listening to them talk, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so getting this. Mindset is the difference, because I'm listening to them talk about the same exact strategies, but for one of them, the strategies always work, and for the other one, the strategies never work. And I was like, oh, this is a mindset issue. And it was interesting because I actually shared one of my mindset tricks that I do with myself and my clients, which is I use this phrase, stories are expensive and you can't afford to buy them. And so when I find myself slipping into, I'm believing the negative stories, I just tell myself that, oh, that's a story, it's expensive, I can't afford to buy that. And as long as I'm telling myself stories, I might as well tell myself successful ones. So I shared this principle and they were like, oh yeah, that's great. And then immediately right after, she started again telling the same old story of all the things she had tried that had not worked. And it was so like apparent to me as somebody who is newer in the author biz to be like, okay, mindset applies just as much here as it does everywhere else. It's critical. Let's talk about how to get rid of the negative stories. But I do just want to mention that one of the reasons why this is so essential, and we'll talk about this coming up here in a minute, is negativity actually repels positive people. So let's talk about how we get rid of these stories. First of all, we got to catch them. So we have to recognize or give other people permission to point it out. Like, hey, when you recognize that I'm slipping into old negative thoughts and I'm like sharing past failures and just my mind's getting stuck there, will you just tell me, oh, that's a story. Stories are expensive. You can't afford to buy them. Empower other people around you to support you in this transition. And you also get really good at capturing the stories. I will catch myself being like, wait, why am I feeling bad? Oh, these are the thoughts that have been going through my head. Oh, this is the story behind that. And then I catch the story. Now, this is a really silly but really effective tool. When you catch the story, keep like a little mini journal on your desk, and on the very last page of it, write the end. And every time you find a story that's expensive, open up that book, say the end, and be like, I'm done with that story. And just set it back and then create new possibilities for yourself. If you've never written out your own success story, I highly recommend it. Record yourself on your phone, just talking about all of the life that you want to create, the business that you want to create, have vision boards, actually write the story out. I am a writer, so I love doing that. But having a new story so that you can say the end to the old story and then just remind yourself of what the new story is that you're building. The reality is your past failures are not relevant on your future success. Learn from them and then let them go. That's all they were there for, was to teach you something. So learn the lesson and then move forward into something new. Problem solving is one of the critical skills that you will be using as a small business owner and entrepreneur. And your problem solving goes way down when you're stressed, when you're worried, when you're afraid. Like your brain's ability to solve problems just goes way down. When you are in a place of positivity, because you can see more possibilities, you are a much better problem solver. So that is another reason why it is so worth the investment of time in making sure that each day you show up with that positive attitude. Now, I mentioned I was going to talk about this. This one might sting a little bit, you guys, but I promise honesty even when it stings. If you are a negative person by nature, like you consider yourself pessimist, or you tell yourself, I'm a realist, I'm not really a pessimist, but I just am realistic about everything. But then other people consider you a pessimist. The reality is that you are repelling successful people. You're repelling positive people. So the very people that you need, that you want to collaborate with you want them to work for you want them to hire you. All of those people, they are not getting attracted to you. They're being repelled by you. Like attracts like. If you're not sure if you are a positive person or a negative person, look around you. All of the other people that are around you, do you consider them positive or do you consider them negative? If after spending time with your like sphere of influence, I always heard that you become like the 6 people that you hang around with the most. If you look at those 6 people and after you get done hanging out with them, you feel exhausted, you feel bummed out, you feel more doubt and fear, then you're surrounding yourself with negative people. And guess what? Like people attract like people. So that's probably an indicator that you really need to make some shifts and make some changes. My sister used to call me the dream crusher because she would always have these big dreams and ideas, and I would come in and be the realist and tell her all the reasons why it wouldn't work. So it is absolutely 100% possible to change from a negative mindset into a positive mindset. You can do it. It doesn't mean it's going to be easy, but it is absolutely doable, and it's not nearly as hard as you think it's going to be.
Wow, that is really hard.
Plus, it feels so much better. Okay, last reason why, and then I'm gonna give you some actual things that you can do each day to help support your mindset and being more positive. You feel better and your mental health is better and you have higher energy when you're in a positive mindset. So the days when I'm bogged down with stress, because you guys, having a positive mindset doesn't mean you're positive 100% of the time. It means that you put forth effort to be positive, but you do still have down days, you do still have down seasons. And so when I'm in that space, guess what? I'm tired. I don't feel creative. I don't feel excited about the things I'm doing. I'm not creating amazing results. So if you want to feel better, try positivity. It works really well every single time. Now, I promised that I would share with you some things that you can actually do in order to get into a positive mindset and stay there. So the first thing that I want you to understand is the process that generates emotions. And it goes like this: thoughts leads to emotions. Your emotions determine your actions generate your results, and your results then feed more thoughts. So I call this the tier cycle: thoughts, emotions, actions, results. Let's look at thoughts first. If you have negative thoughts going through your mind, like, oh, you're so stupid, you never get anything right, then how do you feel? You feel powerless. And then when you go to do a sales call, you do a weak sales call and you don't come across as confident, which then means you don't close the deal, which then feeds the thought like, see, I told you you were not good at sales and you were never going to be able to be successful, right? Make sense? So we can interrupt this at every single point along the pattern. So when it comes to thoughts, I love declarations. I love having powerful statements that I say to myself in the morning, at night, and then regularly throughout the day. Those thoughts then boost my emotions and they make me feel better. And then I can do better actions, create better results. But I also work on the emotions themselves. And so in the mornings, I'll look at it, I'll be like, okay, internal check, how am I feeling? Well, I'm feeling kind of stressed, or well, I'm feeling kind of tired, or I'm not feeling very good at all. And then what I will do is I will shift those emotions. And so I'll focus on the emotions that I want to feel, and I'll visualize myself feeling those emotions. I'll visualize myself, or not even visualize, I'll write down, I feel stressed because, I feel sad because, I feel overwhelmed because, and I'll get all of those reasons outside of me, and then I'll go burn those papers. And then I write down, I feel excited because, I feel happy because, or I'll even just say it out loud, all of the reasons why. So I'm filling myself with those positive emotions. It takes moments to change how you feel. It takes sometimes a long time to change your situation, but it doesn't take that long to change how you feel in the situation. And then actions. If you were to just simply ask the question to yourself, if I was feeling positive and powerful right now, what action would I take? And then go take that action. And doing something that is associated with that positive, powerful emotion will help you to feel more positive and powerful and create better results. So I go after this from all the angles, and that is how I shift the emotion and then stay in it longer. I do have a couple of policies. Number one is I don't work stressed, and number two is I don't work frantic. And so when I start feeling myself get stressed or frantic, that is my cue that I need to pause and I need to go reframe my mindset and shift out of the negative and into the positive so that I can generate more results. Because guys, guess what? Business is super awesome when it's super awesome. And when it sucks, it's really, really hard. And I don't want to spend my time working in that negative, funky space where everything's hard. I want to get into the place where it flows and it's fun and it's rewarding and I'm feeling like I'm making a difference and I'm helping people. And I know that's what you want too.
You have to enjoy it.
Well, the fun is in it.
Now you know the answer to the question, why is it good to have a positive mindset? I want you to go and check out the next video, how to create consistent 10K months. Now that we've been working on positive mindset, you can actually believe that that is possible for you and go after it. I'm Amy Walker. Thanks for watching Bleep Business Coaches Say.